Michael Knowles, or as we call him, the Daily Wire third stringer, he is on the same beat as the other guys. Matt Walsh has never gone a full minute of his adult life without thinking of trans people and talking about it. Ben Shapiro, he often goes back to that well, and Knowles is hopping on that bandwagon. But look, he's giving the game away here, right? Just like Matt Walsh did on Twitter one time, where he admitted he thinks the surgery should be illegal for everybody. Let's see what Knowles has to say.
In order for women to have the right to have their own bathrooms, you have to ban transgenderism entirely. You can't just ban it for the kids. It's got to be entirely. In order for women to be able to have their own locker rooms at the gym, you have to ban transgenderism entirely in order to protect businesses from having to...
Okay. Even if I'm being super kind, which I shouldn't be, even if I'm being super kind, people can, of course, have the position of, yeah, adults should be able to transition, and if you're uncomfortable with the bathroom thing, which is mostly just a ginned up issue, right? Well, you can have a third option for a bathroom. First of all, there's a lot of places where it's just there's just one bathroom, right? It's not men, women, it's just one bathroom. But if you're so concerned, it's like you can have the men's bathroom, the women's bathroom, and the trans bathroom, or the trans man and trans woman bathroom. Now, look, I don't think anybody would actually go that far, namely because, the trans population is less than 1% of the population. So you wouldn't have businesses doing that. But this idea, because of what he views as this bathroom conundrum or paradox, we have no choice. We got to ban transgenderism for the entire country. What? So a trans person can't be who they are and who they want to be because Michael Knowles is confused about which bathroom they should be allowed in. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Participate in weird occult sexual rituals like the transgender transition. You have to ban...
What? Look, what's so astonishing to me is that these guys genuinely seem to not be able to grasp the idea that some people are just trans. They're just trans. So what does that mean? Well, from my perspective, and this is my opinion, there might be some people who disagree, but my view on it is, in the same way that some people are just gay, right? I mean, we all know of a scenario where, even like a kid just seems gay. Like, that kid's gay, right? Never mind adults. So if that exists, why is it so hard to imagine that some people are born biologically male, but their brain is basically female? Or vice versa. And I think at some point the science will catch up to that position. I really do. I think at some point we'll be able to isolate the trans gene or whatever, because obviously it's a real thing. There's been documented examples of this throughout history. It's not some new thing that's totally made up. It's a provable thing throughout history. So the phenomenon exists. Why does he act like that's not the case? Why does Matt Walsh act like that's not the case? Like nobody is actually trans. There are plenty of people who are actually trans. For you to say we need to ban transgenderism for the entire country, I mean, that's you saying I don't buy that this thing is even real. Or even worse, you think it's real and know it's real, but you just want to punish these people because, again, you're confused about bathrooms.
Transgenderism entirely. I love this bill because it is so much more aggressive than the other bills we've seen. I don't mean to knock the other governors and the other state houses. They've done a great job laying the groundwork, but this bill goes much further, and it reminds us of a truth in politics that Republicans all too often forget. You're either on offense or you're on defense.
Well, Michael, I hate to tell you this, but Republicans in the midterms, a lot of them did run on this trans panic, and they lost. They got draxed. They didn't do well. Why? Because it turns out that issue doesn't resonate nearly as much as you think it does. You think you're, Mr. Common Sense, there's men are men and women are women. Boys are boys and girls are girls. And then you run on that and people are like, healthcare, please. My pay is too low. You know, I sure would like a paid vacation time. You know, I would love to take a paid vacation. Like, you guys are leaning into the culture war, and the reaction from the people is... So in a weird way, we say, thank you, go ahead, please keep, doing your mask-off moments and running on this stuff, and it's not going to work. Because look, at the end of the day, gender dysphoria is real. Trans people are real. They exist. Acknowledge their existence. But even if you want to go one step further, what happened? I thought you guys were the freedom humpers. All the time, freedom, we care about freedom. Get big government out of my life, bro. I want freedom to own a gun. I should be able to own a grenade launcher if I want to, bro. And then it's like, okay, does an adult have the freedom to undergo medical procedures to express themselves more accurately with how they feel? No, ban that. That's terrible. That's the freedom I don't like. I'm only in favor of the freedom for the stuff I do like. Jesus Christ, man. Again, totally clashes with their whole get the government out of my life type idea. They want the government to ban people from making decisions about their own body. It's astonishing. It really is. It really is. I can't imagine dedicating this much time to this issue and having this take, having this authoritarian position. Wild stuff, man. Wild. So again, just remember, guys, because here's the main point. They've tried to cloak it in like, who, us? Nah, man, we're just against confusing kids about their own gender. We're just talking about kids shouldn't be allowed to get certain medical procedures. That's all we're talking. That's all we're saying. That's one of the things. And then the other thing is, wait, I'm totally blanking on what the other thing is. Grooming. Yeah, that's the other thing, grooming. So they act like we just don't want any of the kids getting groomed, bro. That's all it comes down to. But then in their more honest moments, they tell you what they really think. What they really think is there should be no trans people. Just eliminate trans people. Either don't let anybody else get the surgery from here on out, or what? Even force people to medically detransition? Even though, by the way, the detransition rate is what? About 1%? So the overwhelming majority of people who transition are like, yes, I like this. I feel better. Nope. They want to force that back, perhaps. If I'm being kind, they don't want to do it retroactively. They just say from here on out, no more trans surgeries. But what a nightmare, right? What a nightmare. I've often done this thought experiment. So I feel like what I look like. And so if I was forced every day to go out in public and like I have to look over the top feminine, the traditional feminine look. So you put lipstick on me, you give me long hair, you give me makeup all over the place, you give me a dress or whatever. I'd be mortified. Now, maybe, is that an issue? No, I don't think that's an issue. It doesn't line up with how I feel. So effectively, if you tell somebody who is trans that they are not allowed to express that, to go back and express the other way, they're gonna feel the same way. And why do you care? Who cares? Who cares? They want to ban it. Full authoritarian. That's what it is. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal, Kyle, and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.